Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Today we are going to record a video on Dynamic ARDL. Many people have asked me about Dynamic ARDL and they are finding it very much difficult to use it, especially using Stata. So this tutorial is basically based on the paper from Jordan and Phillips, co-integration testing and dynamic simulation of autoregressive distributed legs model. You need to read this paper with full attention before using dynamic ARDL because this paper provides you the technical understanding of dynamic ARDL. So here basically dynamic ARDL basically stimulate a variety of different ARDL models. It not only estimates but stimulates, stores the results, and automatically provide plots of a variety of ARDL models. So we can even also get the bound configuration test results post estimations. So for that purpose, we can also use the PSS bounds command. However, before using this model, we need to talk about the components that are in the Stata commands. So dynamic ARDL basically help us to visualize the effect of counterfactual change in one weakly exogenous regressor at a single point of time, holding all else using stochastic simulation techniques. So first of all, before using this model, you need to follow all the prerequisite conditions of using ARDL, and these are some of the conditions which are given in the paper. Especially, you can read the last paragraph of page 13 and the first paragraph of page 14. So this is basically the simple command of dynamic ARDL. Here you have to provide the number of legs for each variable. Like we have three variables, so leg of 1 2 3, so like it should be the shock variable name, like which variable you are using as a shock variable, and you should also provide the time for shock, at which point of time you are giving the shock, and the shock value, basically a positive or negative standard deviation shock. And then we have the difference. So as you know that we can take first difference, second difference. However, for the first entry of especially the dependent variable will always be empty, since it does not appear on the right side of the it cannot appear on the right side of the model. Then we have other things, important things, like the dependent variable error correction model. We can also use this command. Apart from this one, we can include trend, no constant, constant, and we can also, this one is important, we can include the time in which the shock occurs, the timing of a shock. And we also have some other commands, but I will leave it to you and you can use it. We can also generate number of simulations. So you can read this whole paper and you can understand in depth all about dynamic ARDL. We can also get the graphs by using the area command, and this will basically automatically generate plots with 75, 90, and 95% confidence interval. And change will also provide predicted changes across time. It basically starts from the timing of a shock, and it is quite similar to impulse response function. So this was all about a simple explanation of dynamic ARDL. Now in the next step, we are going to use the same data which has been used in the main paper. So you need to use an updated software to avoid errors and simulation problems. So for that purpose, I recommend to have an updated Stata software. So first of all, we need to use the data set from the paper. So the command is good. So here we got all the variables. So this is the log of investment, log of income, log of consumption. As I said, I will use the same variables which are used in the paper. So it will become easy for you people to understand it. Then we will set the time. So it is a quarterly data from 1960 till 1982 quarter 4. Now moving into the next step, as I said about the dynamic ARDL, I will put the command. You can see here is the list of variables. Here are the legs, and here is the difference. As this the reason for this one is provided early, and this is the shock variable. Suppose we are giving a shock to the income, and this is the shock value -1, and this is the time, and this is the range, and this is the error correction term and graph. So once we enter this command, we'll get all the results along with the graph. Here you can see that at one standard deviation shock at a time period 10. So these are basically, you can see that this is increasing, and in this paper you can see that a very brief explanation is provided by the author. You can see that a one standard deviation shock -1 at a time t produces a small increase that is not statistically significant in the short run, as you can see. However, it increases to a predicted value about 7.5 over the long run, an increase that is statistically significant. Now suppose we are going to have the area plot. So we'll just put the same command which I stated earlier. This provides us the value of 75, 90 and 95% confidence interval. Post results, we can also get the co-integration test results, and here is the value of F statistic. These are the value of lower and upper bound. So this was basically about dynamic ARDL. Many people have asked me many times to record a video about this, and today I tried to attempt this video for you and try to record it for you, because other researchers are very reluctant to provide their codes and provide their input about these kind of commands. So therefore I request you all to please subscribe to my channel for more videos. Otherwise, if I'm not getting the right kind of motivation, I may not be able to record more videos. Thank you so much.